making this stream. Only because I'm going to come across as know-it-all and the need to interject my opinions on everything. But I will continue. I decided I just wanted to do it. I did see a recent stream. It was really good. And I was watching, I believe it's Fame, came out. And the ability to short hex or some other assets and instruments, cryptocurrencies, and the like. So the only thing I wanted to add, I guess I'll start off with the good though. If you want to build on Pulse Chain, oh my god, there is a huge fucking community of builders on this platform, and it's really interesting to see. Now, sacrifice stages aside, it's actually released, up and running, it passed its test nets, it's been deployed in the real world. Now, it's like there's lots of positives. We see the ability to, if I can find it, or if you can go back, you can have a look at the white paper, quote unquote white paper, has a lot of stuff to go through, which is good. I like how it does have, things like risks, regulatory risks and things like that. I like how there is a portfolio tool app front end, and it allows you to use this as a way to see which tokens you hold on Pulse Chain. Now, I'm not sure if it's a quick look. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is only for Pulse Chain, because what I did read, it was a fork of GMAX, and now I've never interacted with GMAX, so this is why I'm cautious and trying to provide too much knowledge about any of this stuff. This is more some general things that I've noticed, and I just wanted to point out. Maybe people find it interesting, maybe they don't. Now, I will just double check this is actually streaming. 2 seconds. Might be a bit of audio there. What's happening, Tintop? Just have to check my comments. Alright, I'll continue. Now, also Tintop, you're in our mod. One of two. Now, with Fame, yeah, as I said, GMX protocol, I was going to start digging down that rabbit hole, but I didn't want to because, why? Well, I can think of a few reasons why, but I'll hold back from that. Now, yeah, the portfolio tool, very cool. The ability to swap, cool. The different pools, the ability to provide liquidity different ways, different to something like PulseX, and the, I don't know what you call it, the basket of tokens and how that's set up. Very interesting, It's been built, it's been deployed. Very cool. Now, analytics, I'm liking these analytics. I'm liking them a lot. It breaks down. I still have to figure out how to use this thing, but not that I'm so much a trader. I'll get to my point soon about various ways of hedging, what an example of a hedge is, and also a comparison to other platforms where they long or short particular assets. Think about foreign exchange, oils, assets like that, but yeah, back to here. Once I figure out what all of this means, very cool. I like how it's pulling the data. Now, this is why I want to develop, I want to work on becoming a software engineer, because this stuff looks very interesting. Now, the next one here, yeah, so you can basically accrue yield via staking, and also accrue yield from fees. Again, all of this is leading into my next point, where you would want to, well, I would want to check the on-chain data just to see what it looks like. You might see yeah, you just want to, I would like to check that myself. So I won't do any transactions on here and do that. Again, that would be for people to do themselves. So it might be something to consider, you know, what jurisdiction you're in, what you may or may not have, you know, some income, some assets, who knows. We have here in Australia a, what's it called? Law firm going, you know, challenging the ATO's interpretation of crypto and whether or not you have to actually pay taxes on it. Now, it is a private ruling for an individual, so it's not like if the result comes out to be positive, then no one has to pay any taxes. But if it comes out that, you know, through this ruling, the ATO has it wrong, I could just imagine not having to pay any taxes on anything to do with DeFi. So that's pretty interesting. The next thing, so yeah, and again, that would be relevant to your jurisdiction. And the reason I brought that up is because if you look at longing or shorting on through DeFi, just have a look on chain on what the data is actually saying, what the blockchain data is actually saying, because it might be different. Because what I'll explain next is just something I needed to, I think should be put out there. Again, amazing, it's been built, lots of positives, but when you compare shorting or longing on any platform, but since this is newly released and built, I will cover this one, especially because it's in the Pulse chain, you know, ecosystem. It's amazing. We can actually look at something like this. But if you imagine, so considering a hedge, if you imagine that you wanted to buy something like rice, gold, corn, and the price is like, you know, 1.5k per ton or something, I don't know, and you know, you want to hedge that price, so you might engage in something like a futures contract. Now, the reason I was fascinated with this system was I was wondering if the ability for futures contracts is available on this, but it looks slightly different. Also, if you put too many zeros, it does crash. So again, I just noticed that. That's all. Now, I was like, yeah, so it does crash, too many zeros. If you were to lock in the price, say in 6 months you wanted to purchase your rice, your asset, your gold, your oil, you know, your asset, you would engage in traditional markets in something called like a futures contract. Now, if in 6 months' time the price falls, you would still have to pay that amount. So say you priced in at 1.5k, and then 6 months' time you redeem your futures contract, you get your asset, you have to pay the 1.5k. Now, if it's gone up, you know, that's good. If it's gone down, it's lower than that price, you still have to pay it. So, you know, that's just part of the risk management. Now, what I'm looking at here doesn't appear to be a futures contract, so it is slightly different. What I'm seeing here is more relevant to some other trading platforms where they trade, I think it's called contracts for difference. And basically, you could look up what this is I'm talking about. But if you're going short, and so say you selected like a short, not on this platform, but the other platform that I'm talking about, and when the price goes down, you're making profit. So I was thinking, I'll have a look. How do you make this profit on this? What you're actually doing is, when the price goes down and your account is showing your profit, the platform's actually buying it back. You're buying it back cheaper off the platform because they have it. And then that's how your profit is derived. And I was fascinated by that. So, again, I'd love to see this on chain, what it looks like, because it may be completely different. I just thought I'd point it out. So the inverse is, say you go short, the price goes up, you're not in the profit, and then because you're buying it back later, and it's more expensive, that's how you've lost your money. But that's about it, really. Just some small minor things I noticed. I would love to see the on-chain data for this, how it works with crypto. Again, relative to your jurisdiction, what it may or may not look like. And that is about it. But yeah, I would have loved to have seen futures contracts. That would have been insane. But yeah, but in essence, if people do not like Hex on Pulsechain, they are more than able to right now short it if they believe that's what's going to happen. Just keeping in mind, you know, just a general statement here, not any sort of you know, not financial advice, because no one's actually asking me anything. So it's just a general statement, you know, just comparing hedging techniques, which you can look up on the internet, or you can use AI to help you understand what it is, using something like futures contracts, and also understanding how some platforms, not this one, basically when you engage in leverage trading with them, you're basically buying and purchasing through them. And when you buy it back cheaper, which is a good thing, you get money. You know, if you buy it back more expensive, it's a bad thing. That's how you lose your money. All right, that's about it for this one. But yeah, very cool to see things being released, working flawlessly. And like I said, once I have a look at these analytics, it's going to get very interesting. I'd love to see some huge individuals come in and, you know, really put their money where their mouth is by trying to short something. Maybe instead of shorting it, they'll just figure out that they can just, you know, chill and mine, stake, earn yield, whatever it is you want to do. All right, that's about it. Free speech signing out.